There's no way in the world that we can pull this off. So here's the thing. Ben's been really patient about this truck, but he really wants it done. He called me the other day and said, hey, is there any way in the world you guys can finish this truck within 2 weeks? So we're going to try. And I don't think we're going to make it, Ben, but we're going to try like crazy. We're spending money hand over fist. We're putting a bunch of time into it, and we're going to do everything we can. So we're really excited you guys come out to visit with us today. Hopefully you follow us along over the next couple weeks and see how close we get. Boy, we got all the parts coming. We have stuff showing up, so I'm hoping like crazy we can get it done. And today we'll get some the gauges installed. I sent a video out, or we had a video drop this morning where you saw the gauges, and Tommy is going to today get it all put together, get it assembled in the dash, and hopefully, hopefully, yeah, not go crazy or burn up in the heat. It's about 105 degrees, 45% humidity. It is warm today. Also going to get the rest of the stuff finished on the interior. We do have a seat cover coming. It's supposed to show up on Friday. Hopefully on the Sunday video, you'll see a seat cover installed, and that will be everything on the interior of his truck will be completed. So we're hoping like crazy to get this girl done. So let's see some comments. Give us some confidence here. Boost our egos. If we can make it, I'm sure. Anyway, we appreciate you guys coming by.
Hey, what's up? First off, this morning, I was a glutton for punishment. This is on Ben's truck. And I went ahead and did all the door rubber. Oh, look at that. Got thresholds. So now the door rubber's done. Thresholds are done. Carpet's done. Yay! And Pete had ordered a set of gauges for this girl. And he didn't really like the style, so he decided to get a different set, which is more aesthetically pleasing. Anyway, there's the gauges. Ooh, ah. And we got our turn signal, our high beam, and our left turn signal, the indicators there. We've got our ignition switch tumbler in there. Headlight switch is in there. So it looks pretty good. I had to move the data link, but that's no biggie. Well, first thing when I did it this morning was the gauges. And I'll tell you what, doing wiring first thing in the morning, make you crazy. We got door rubber, thresholds, carpet, gauges. Good, getting good. But I want to show you now is so the brain for Ben's truck is being made here currently. So we need to do some stuff so we can be able to get this girl fired. But I learned the hard way that an LS will not suck up oil by itself. You have to prime it, right? So you know, back and forth. I mean, I know there's a lot of people that a lot of places that sell like an oil injector kind of setup where you can pressurize the oil system, and I've never trusted it, especially after my first little mishap with an LS. So I do it manually, and I'll show you how you can do it manually. So if you look at an LS, it's going to be on the driver's side. It's going to be about the height of the crank, and behind there is where the oil pump is. So what I got here is this is a special funnel that I made. It's got 5/16 line, and obviously you have to have the power steering pump and stuff off of here, but there's a little port down in here, and the plug looks something like this. It's an 8mm head, or a Allen head. So anyway, you take this out, and this is a direct shot right into the oil pump. So I go ahead and put my funnel in there with the 5/16 line, and I put it in that port. And what I do is, I mean, it takes a while, and ideally you want the spark plugs out because you can spin it easier, but I actually manually spin the engine for at least 3 quarts, 4 quarts. All these LS stuff that we've ever done, I'm sure there's a lot of people who are more clever than me, but this is what seems to work for me. And thankfully I've never had any issues with priming an engine like this. I like to see it suck up oil by itself. I went ahead and filled up the oil filter. It's got a new oil filter on it. So let's go ahead and fill up that funnel and just manually spin it over. And then after that, I have some fittings for a fuel injection setup. And then theoretically all it needs then is to install the fuel pump. and the ECM and a battery, and see what we got. But anyway, let's start by priming this girl. Okay guys, so let's make sure our line is in, and I just barely put it in there. Yeah, I only put that line in there about a ½ inch or so. So we're gonna go ahead and use our special shim here. Because usually when you start pouring oil in these guys, they tend to get a little flippy floppy. So anyway, there's that. The crank is a 15/16 or 8 or a metric equivalent. So let's go ahead and fill that up. So if you do this, it will not take the oil. You have to actually manually spin the engine. Of course, I'm going to make a horrid bloody mess here. Hopefully not. Oh, it looks good. Usually try to do this without the front clip on it, but me and my infinite wisdom, just trying to get stuff done, you know. That's right. We'll make the paint shiny. Alright. Okay. You see it's not really taking any oil anymore. So, we're going to grab the crank and we're going to go counterclockwise. Now, I don't know if you can tell or not, but it's actually taking oil now. See if I can't find a little bit more appropriate tool. It's getting a little tight in there for space. Okay, as you can see, it's going down. So, but if you spin the engine clockwise, it will not take oil. So, and yes, it's a pain in the butt, but it's a lot more reassuring doing it like this than spinning it over and hoping that it sucks up oil, you know. So on some of these later model motors, Chrysler stuff, Ford stuff, probably small Chevy stuff, all your imports, all that, it matters how you spin the engine. So if you're ever doing a clutch or something like that, make sure you call a dealership or get an idea of which direction the engine turns, because you can wreck them. What happens is you back the hydraulic tensioner off, and then it potentially jumps time. I've actually seen it happen. Getting worms out. You know, I'm doing this right now because once this girl's primed, I can put the plug back in, and then put the power steering pump and stuff back on, and bolt it down, and that's officially done. Okay guys, I pumped about 2 quarts through there. We got to the point where she wouldn't take any more oil through that orifice, and it started running out, made a horrid mess. Anyway, so now I have my plug back in there. I'm going to tighten it up, and then that part of it's done. I can put my power steering bracket and all that fun. I can put that back on there. Hopefully the belt that I got is the right length. I'm going to go ahead and top off the motor. At some point, I need to get under there and make sure the drain plug's tight. It's probably just snug right now, but I'm just neurotic that way. Anyway, let's go ahead and get this plug tightened up. Okay, plug's tight. So now I can go ahead and start a couple bolts in here. Oopsies. Get this stuff out of there. Okay, and like I said, at one point we'd actually bought a tool to prime these motors like that, but it didn't look like it was, you know, injecting oil, or the engine didn't want to accept it or something. I don't know what was wrong. So you know how it is. You know, if you go with the technique and you know that it works, just stick with it, right? We'll get these guys cinched down. It wasn't me.
It was it. It's hotter than hello today. Uh-oh, what'd you puke all over?
Oh, well, I didn't catch it in time as I was priming it.
Alrighty, it's about 7 o'clock on a Wednesday night, and I just got the call from the bead blaster that Ben's rims are ready to be picked up. So I'm going to go grab them. I'll show you a little bit of his place. We'll get them painted so we can get new tires on there. So let's go. Well, because I'm working a regular full-time job, sometimes, sorry I'm backing out of the driveway, sometimes I get a midnight run to go pick things up. Yeah, 8 o'clock's not midnight, but it's later than I want to be running around doing all this stuff. Anyway, taking off out of the house. Still have not changed the windshield. There you go, Mr. Camard. I mean, Officer Camard. Still that disrespect for authority. Heading over to Joey's house. We'll get some rims picked up. Here we go. All right, made it over here to the bead blaster. We're gonna check out these rims, see how they look. All right, there they are. Look awesome as usual. And he is very reasonably priced and fast with what he does. Well, I don't know if it's light enough for you to see me or not, but I went to my guy that does my bead blasting for me. His name's Joe, awesome dude. He does a great job, very reasonably priced. And I was gonna give him a little cameo appearance on here, and he was completely opposed to that. Did not want to be on camera. It's surprising to me how many people just don't want to be on camera. I don't know whether it's a criminal past or whether it's just, I don't know, a fear. I don't know what it is. Anyway, Joe, thanks for your work. As always, you did an awesome job. We'll get these things painted up. We'll get some new tires mounted up. And we will go burn those tires off, because that's what you're supposed to do with an LS 65 C10.
Hey guys, Hot Rod Garage here. I'll show you what I've been busy doing. Obviously she's got a battery now. She's got terminals. We got a belt. Ooh, shiny new belt. We have an ECM in here. You guys have already seen this screwed down, but I unplugged it just to make sure my wiring was correct. You can turn the key on, fuel pump runs. I mean, I could bump it if you guys want to hear the starter spin. So anyway, you guys can't tell, but she's got a complete fuel system, excepting the fact that they sent us 3/8 hydraulic line for 3/8 fuel injection line. That's the only hang up, man. 20 minutes and we could actually started this thing for you right now, but we can't do that. So, sorry. Oh, hey, I'm getting a text. So Pete just gave me a text. I guess he's got a truck full of stuff. Let's see what he's got.
You know, it's like Christmas. You've got all these presents. You have no idea anymore what it is, what's arrived. But a truckload it is. And
Santa brought us wheels too. Santa.
Yeah. Some more stuff.
Hey, what is that?
I don't know. This one's a great big heavy son of a gun.
Oofta.
All wrapped up. Don't tell them what that thing is.
They look like they're black round pneumatic units.
Well, let's get them opened up and see what they are. We have Christmas around here quite often. Alright, let's see here. Hey, look at that, they're tires.
Wow.
295/50 15s. Those girls are a little bit of tread for the back of this truck. 12 inches on the ground. We're going to get these on these rims here, after they're painted. We'll get some rubber burned off on the ground when we get this thing all up and running.
Uh-oh.
Can't wait.
You gotta make sure they're round.
Alright, let's see what else we got here. Alright. This looks like it is for Ben's truck.
Hey!
That Ben's upholstery. Because I can't find an upholstery guy that'll do anything. So we went ahead and got a really nice seat cover for Ben. So we'll do that on Saturday, I think. We'll need to throw that in the truck here in a minute. And let's see what we got here. Ooh.
Hey.
Those are headers.
Nice.
For Brandon's truck. Shall we see if they fit?
Yeah.
Let's do it. Making me nervous. Let's try.
Free cola.
So you saw the other day we had a set of headers that did not fit. And so we just spent a whole bunch of money on these, and they're supposed to fit. And we're going to find out right now. Well, maybe. Sometimes you have to put them up from the bottom, and if so, we won't be able to tell right now. So let's see if we think there's even a chance. Let's see.
Yeah, let me take those spark plugs out real quick.
All right, we're not going to see right now. It'll be 48 seconds. Beep, 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 beep.
Uh-oh.
No, 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 no. No, no. No. That is the second set of headers that don't fit. Oh, the son of a guns. They don't fit. They do not fit. Let's try the driver's side and see if it fits. This is not all about focusing. It's about you buy something and it doesn't fit.
The internet does not lie.
There's a law that says you cannot lie if you're on the internet. Oh wait, we'd be lying right now, wouldn't we? Wah, wah.
Oh, take these plugs out too.
All right, here goes the Jeopardy theme again. Ooh, Tommy has 3 hands.
Ew, that's disgusting.
All right.
For all you there at home, give us a...
Keep your fingers crossed. Oops. That doesn't fit either.
Yeah, we'd have to remake that pad. Wait a minute. It seems like it wants to try to fit.
We got a long ways to go in a short time to get there. Well, you know what they say about that, Tommy? Wah, wah.
Fart poo poo pants. Oh, wait. Oh, man.
Well, the tires will fit, I hope. The seat cover might fit. And the next set of headers, which we're into for $484, not fitting.
Unfortunately, they're big blocks, so they don't fit anything else.
Nothing else. Ah.
That's a bummer.
I'm gonna go cry. We'll be back. All right. Well, we're gonna get some black paint on these rims that we had bead blasted. The reason we're just gonna do some good quality spray paint is we want to make sure that Ben likes them the way they are, and then he can take them and get them powder coated later on. Anyway, we're going to do semi-gloss black. That's what he wanted. We're going to get it sprayed up right now. We're going to spray the back side, let that dry up for a day, flip it over, spray the other side tomorrow, and then this weekend we'll get some tires mounted up. So, super fun. So we did a bunch of work that we didn't film, and we are going to be in trouble because of that. Tommy's going to get flogged with a wet noodle. We're going to do better about filming the stuff, or we get so involved in what we're doing. Hey, let me show you guys a little trick. On a spray paint can, you will notice that there is usually a little black dot. And that black dot indicates where you should put that arrow. And the reason for that is, inside the can, there is a tube that goes down to the bottom of the can to pick up the paint. And that tube goes down in the center, and then it angles towards a certain direction. And so that is the indicator as to where the lowest point is for that tube. So you can save yourself a little bit of hassle and get a little bit of extra out of each can of paint if you'll just keep your spray nozzle towards that, because that way it'll dip down as you're angled and it'll pick up all the paint for you. So there is not a pro tip, but a backyard Krylon rebuild tip. Let's get some paint on these girls. Again, same thing. We like to do multiple light coats just so you don't get the runs, because nobody wants the runs. So one of my favorite YouTube channels occasionally does quotes from movies that they like. But what they haven't done is they haven't given their viewers the chance to try and tell them what the movie is. So I am going to give you a quote from one of my favorite movies, and whoever knows the quote, please make a comment. And here's the quote. I've had diarrheas since Easter's. Again, I've had diarrheas since Easter's. Tell me what movie it is.
I think I know.
Well, it's a very good one. Very good, very stupid. I one time gave a friend of mine what I thought was a compliment. He considered it an insult. I told him he was possibly the best spray paintist I've ever met in my life. He said, boy, that's a compliment and an insult. I said, well, I thought it was a compliment. No one wants to be a great spray painter unless you're a tagger. See all that tagging I did in high school? They were wrong. It would pay off someday. You spray in the rim too, right? The inside so it doesn't rust up. Ay, ay, ay. So hot here right now, I think it'll dry up on its own before you can even get back around for a second coat. So hopefully my footage of picking up the rims last night turned out. I don't know yet, I haven't looked at it. Interesting that the guy that does the bead blasting for me was completely opposed to being on camera. So the rims we're running on Ben's truck are, they're called rally wheels. They're off 73 to 87. These are actually probably later, probably 84 to 87 or 82 to 84, something like that. Anyway, we're running a 9-inch rim in the back and a 7-inch rim up front. We're giving them bigs and littles. You saw how fat those tires were we're putting on. You'll have some meat. It'll be good. Yeah, they're gonna give me a second coat and we'll be done on this for the day.
Show me your technique.
That looks done. Maybe not.
I just want to look busy.
Looks pretty good. This is the back side. Like I say, we'll let these dry up. Get it flipped over. And we will get some tires put on them. Quite a shot, huh? Anyway, alright, so what's next? I don't know either. Let's see. Well, that was frustrating.
That's pair number 2.
Number 2. And a whole stack of money. And I'm not real sure what we're going to do here.
And we had even, not that we're going to do it, but we're kind of kicking the idea around of, you know, fender exits or something like that. There was absolutely nothing will fit in there.
Nothing. I'm not sure what we're going to do with this thing, but
Who's popping through the hood? He'll never know.
yeah, we'll just exit it right into the right underneath the seat inside the cab. I don't know, that's frustrating as heck. Well, Tommy did me a favor today and didn't film much of anything or anything. That's what happens when you start getting under the gun and you stop paying attention to our real life as famous YouTube stars, and we start concentrating on actually building some of the truck, and that's ridiculous.
Well, it was my bad. I get so focused on something, and then 3 hours go by, and I'm like, it dawns on me I didn't even turn the camera on.
So the video you guys are watching when we're ending right now is gonna be the best video we've ever had.
Hey.
And there goes a chicken feather floating through. Isn't that nice? You know, we did get some stuff done. We got a bunch of stuff done. Well, we had some disappointing presents today. Our Christmas was not as nice as you would normally think it would be. That being said, we're going to figure this out. We'll get it together. We do not have the fuel line like Tommy was saying. I'm going to get that tonight. We can go on a shopping spree tonight, get some more stuff. we're hoping to have possibly, we're hoping to start this thing on Sunday for you guys. So, well, for Sunday's video. We don't work on Sunday. But
yeah, we're like 20 minutes away, and it's just aggravating. And then the headers, and it's always something.
It's always something. Jumping up and biting us in the rear end.
I'm sure we're not the only ones, though.
Yeah. No, I think we're the only ones.
Uh-oh.
Hey, we appreciate you guys coming and watching the silly things we do. Hopefully it's easy enough to follow the builds. I know we jump from build to build here and there, but I think we try and tell you what we're working on. And we're working on both at the same time, but we try and make videos that are only about one truck. Maybe a little bit about the other one. But working on Ben's, trying to finish that up. Working on Brandon's, trying to finish that up. And boy, the aftermarket supply companies just are not cooperating with us. So.
And plus, both of them are pretty, not super complicated, but they're very intense builds. They got to look right. We want it to look right, so you got to reroute stuff, and it just takes time to do that. And then you get jammed up on something like headers.
Yeah, both of them steep gears, posi, big tires, big engines, lots of horsepower. Got to look beautiful inside. Short time frames. I know it seems like we've been working on forever, and we got scolded by someone the other day for not doing it fast enough, but we've been having a lot of stuff go on. So anyway, we appreciate you guys coming by watching. Hopefully you enjoy what you see. And Sunday, come back, please tune in, see what we did, see if we actually got Ben's truck started, see if we found some headers for Brandon's, or if we're just going to cut a big hole in the hood like Tommy said and stick it right out the top. We could do that and it would work.
Brandon won't notice.
No, he won't tell. He's a nice guy, but he doesn't have that good a vision. So anyway, thanks for coming by. As always, thanks for watching.